Hello and welcome to Update 3 on Tropical Storm Eloise, which is at 14.5 degrees south, 50.2 degrees east as of 10 p.m. Eastern African Time this January the 19th. Let's take a look at its stats more in depth here. You can see it has winds of 60 miles per hour and a pressure of 995 millibars as it's moving west-southwest at 5 miles per hour. It is a CDPS Stage 5. That is the rating that we have for it as it heads towards Mozambique, meaning devastating damage is possible. Let's take a look at the breakdown for that. You can see Mozambique is in the center point for this. They are under fire from this. Wind speeds are going to be significant to major. Storm size is going to be significant. And rainfall potential is going to be right on the edge of significant to major, with the overall threat to land being significant. It should be noted that while devastating damage is possible, a rating even higher than this is possible, as the rainfall potential that we're looking at only goes out 5 days, and the rainfall that this produces could go beyond that. So a stage 5 right now, that could go up with time. Let's take a look at those wind fields. You can see there the quadrants. This is a relatively small storm when it comes to that tropical storm force wind field. Overall, though, the system quite broad when it comes to how far it reaches in terms of its cloud cover and rainfall. As a result of this, it's not going to actually weaken too much over the land, we don't think. Still expected to weaken to a tropical depression, but we're expecting this to survive as it heads into the Mozambique Channel, which is definitely going to be a problem, to say the least. Let's take a look at the distances from different locations here. You can see from Madagascar, it's 47 miles away, 247 miles away. From Madagascar, from Main Tirano, it's 439 miles away. From Beira, it's 1,037 miles away. And from Maxine, you can see there it's 1,131 miles away. You can see the current watches and warnings. That yellow area there for Madagascar, that is a tropical storm warning that's currently in effect regarding this storm, and it's definitely warranted. Let's take a look at our current intensity estimate. You can see here the Joint Typhoon Warning Center at 50 miles per hour, RAM's multi-platform scatterometer-based interpolated data at 70 miles per hour, and Force 13 landing right there at 60 miles per hour with our current intensity estimate. This is going to weaken with time, though. Well, here's our latest cone from a couple hours ago, made by our own Ethan Bruning. You can see it's expected to weaken to a tropical depression here in 1.5 days' time, down to 35 miles per hour, and it's expected to get all the way up to 100 miles per hour before making landfall in Mozambique. A devastating landfall is currently anticipated, an extreme concern, to say the least. Category 2 expected. Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast here. You can see that rather clearly. The storm's going to be moving into Mozambique and around the day 4 to 5 time frame, with rainfall over 16 inches possible in local areas according to the HWRF. We think it could be slightly lower than that in the 5-day time frame, but overall rainfall over 2 feet isn't out of the question. Let's take a look at the wind swath here. You can see that rather clearly from the HWRF as well. The HWRF taking this all the way up to a Category 4 and an upper end one at that. This is a worst case scenario, so don't take this as if this is what's going to happen. But if you are in southern Mozambique, do prepare as if you're going to be getting hit by a Category 3 plus cyclone, because that's certainly a possibility despite it not currently being on our forecast. Well, this is a good reason why. You can see those 31 to 32 degrees Celsius sea surface temperatures in the Mozambique Channel absolutely sizzling. If a tropical cyclone goes over those like this one is expected to, you can expect rapid intensification to occur. Let's take a look at the multi-model diagnostic comparison. You can see the storm's expected to weaken well over land, and you can see the general consensus here, a Category 2 right now by a lot of the models, with the CTCX and HWRF in particular taking it all the way up to Category 3 or even Category 4 status. Taking a look at wind shear, that's expected to remain relatively low. You can see there on the GFS, and sea surface temperatures will be extremely warm, as you can see as well, courtesy of the HWRF and GFS. And mid-level relative humidity, not going to be fantastic, but it'll be good enough if this really gets going to support a very strong tropical cyclone. Well, let's take a look at the satellite imagery now. You can see here that it is really bursting with convection, an impressive system to say the least. And it is expected to move inland. It's going to be dumping lots of rainfall into Madagascar. You can expect, if you're in Madagascar, over 6 inches of rain in some spots. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you in our next video update.